Hey, hey. Any of y'all know what y'all gonna do with y'all future? No. No.
These are the kind of responses we have while taking on the challenge of DeSoto of Dallas Promise Challenge. So, without further ado, we are Vision
Vision
101.
101.
We chose challenge number 3, which was college options and best fit colleges. We had to design solutions to help students understand options after graduation and choose the destination that best fits their aspirations.
Our vision, our vision statement is to ensure that our fellow DeSoto Eagles soar high after high school.
We conducted a survey during school lunches to ask our fellow classmates what they really wanted to know about life after high school. We used the survey results to make informational pamphlets based on the results we got from our peers.
In order to engage our fellow classmates, Vision 101 distributed our pamphlets to students at our school. For student motivation, we provided snacks that they like to eat, and they ate them up. So they read the pamphlet, then they answered the questionnaire, then they answered the survey, and then we came and asked them questions about this pamphlet, and then we gave them the snack, and then they were like, "See you."
Out of the 304 students surveyed, 94.1% felt that the pamphlet was helpful. 78.6% were more confident about college after reading our pamphlets, 65.7% were more sure about financial aid, and 76.2% were more aware of college life.
We feel that our impact was great based on the survey numbers alone. With the survey we conducted during pamphlet handouts, we tweaked our pamphlet with more information about financial aid options and recreational activities in a language that our peers could understand for future distribution.
So the basic purpose of our presentation is to create sustainability within our community. So in order to do that, we decided to create bi-monthly or monthly pamphlets dedicated to each month. So for example, during the month of February, we could create Black History Month related brochures, including HBCUs and what they offer, and also catering to different students who are perhaps interested in art and design, STEM fields, medical, and whatnot. And yes. Sorry about that.
By the way, I'm in 10th grade also. I forgot about that. To keep what we started going, we have been allowed to have a booth in our city's Teen Expo that'll be held later on in the coming months. We will be presenting information like this as well as other um, uh, not borderline general information regarding college and other options that you can be inspired to try and do whatever you feel like you think you will have um, a better life and a better opportunity. Thanks. I love
Yes.
that. But anyway, and then also in our own school, we'll be having lower grade level students to carry on our tradition and not let this be a only 1 year thing and let it be an annual thing for it to not just die out. So we will have this as a club as well as the other schools have done. Great job, guys. Love that for everybody. Even if you haven't, it's a good start. So anyway, we will carry it on to our lower grade level students, and hopefully our community will encourage us as well as everyone else in the community and outside of our community to continue it as well.
And by the way, we all have an idea of what we want to do after college or after high school, shall I say. I want to be a music major.
And I will be going to a trade school for culinary arts.
And honestly, I'm not sure what university or college I would like to attend, but I definitely am considering computer science since I've gathered a definite interest in that lately.
I received a $40,000 scholarship from Texas Southern University for music, and I'm going to attend there.
I would like to attend a university and either study marine biology or forensic science.
I would like to go to Full Sail University and study videography and become an entertainer.
I want to join the armed forces and be a Marine.
I would like to go to Xavier and become a pediatric nurse.
I would like to find a college that best fits my aspirations because I'm not sure yet.
Thank you for listening to our TED Talk.
All right, great presentation. So I'm curious, how did you guys pick the topic for your pamphlet? And then what are some other ideas you have for future topics?
Okay, so when we were deciding which challenge we would like to do, we had a lot to say about this particular topic because not everybody is sure what they want to do after college or after high school, if that matter. So we decided to take on this challenge to create a sense of awareness within our high school because I feel like we have a lot of students with a lot of potential, but they just don't know that it's within themselves to bring it out. And so we want to be that pretty much the spark to give them the inspiration that they have the ability to do whatever they put their mind to. And what was there a second part of your question or?
Oh, ideas for future ones? I heard the HBCU idea.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, like I stated before, since art careers or fields within like the entertainment industry are pretty much looked down upon these days, I would say, because it's in our growing like society, STEM is pretty much what we need, but that also feels like those who are within the visual arts community are being looked down upon. So we would like to have one dedicated towards maybe art and design, and then also those that require more like trade school, for example, cosmetology and nursing programs. Bless you.
I liked your idea about going into the lower grades. Are you going even lower than high school or just down to the ninth grade? And how?
Ah,
And how?
I personally want to go to like middle schools and like have just conferences about it and tell them about college, even though they have like years of high school to go to. I want to get them like start them early so they know, so they have an idea of what they want to do. And like if they're in band or choir or cosmetology, if they're interested in nursing, all of that, and tell them that they have a lot of opportunities.
It sounds like you had a great turnout with 300 surveys. If you were to do this again, what would you do differently next time?
I would definitely start a lot earlier and spread the word a lot more and put flyers out, maybe make like short skits, put them up in our TVs around the school so they can, everyone else can know about them.
Great job, everybody. Many times, the parents also need this information that you're sharing with your students. How do you plan, or do you plan to share this information in your pamphlets with parents?
Like we said before, the Teen Expo will allow parents, it's not only for teens, of course, it is derived and pointed towards them, but parents will also be in attendance, and usually are, so they're not just dropping them off and zooming away. Um, so they're also there to pick up whatever pamphlets that we will have and information, and not just look and sit there. They'll actually have conversations with us and conversate, and not just take the information um, lightly, and actually go home and have conversations, deep conversations about um, their students' life after high school. And then also, many of the students that received our pamphlets and took our surveys went home already. Um, and they talked to their parents about what they weren't sure about, what they were sure about, what they wanted to do about their life after college. I mean, after high school. Um, so that also had to do with the students doing their part, because we did encourage them to go talk to their parents.
Was there any information or research that you weren't able to find or develop or have a perspective on in your first brochure, and how would you go about solving for that in the future?
I don't believe it was that much of an issue to find the information that we needed, because when we conducted our surveys, we pretty much had questions related to For instance, what would you like to know about college life, financial aid? And based upon our surveys, that's what we ended up putting into our first brochure to pretty much set that in stone to perhaps upgrade them as we go. Does that answer your question?
It does. I'll ask in a different way.
Okay.
College life is different at every school.
Right.
So how do you account for that?
So I guess we can also create a survey to determine what colleges that they would prefer to attend, and then by the majority within maybe like top 5, that's when we can delve in deeper related to college life for each university or college, trade school, community college, etc.
As a state and a nation, we're doing a poor job of attracting black men to college. What did you find in your conversations with young African American men on your campus about their interest in going to college, and what do you do to reach them and encourage them to do so?
I don't understand the question.
What kind of response did you get from other African American students, male students, on your campus when you said, hey, we want to encourage you to go to college? We want to give you information about going to college. Did they respond positively, negatively? And if so, how do we encourage more of them to respond positively?
Okay, so most of the African American students that I asked were male, actually. So when I asked them, "Hey, what are you gonna do for college?" they usually went like, "Oh, well, I haven't really thought that far ahead yet." Only seniors usually came up with the answer, and I was like, "Well, maybe you should start thinking about it now, because the earlier you start, the better you can, prepare for." And like, so basically, the earlier you start, the more you can prepare. And they were like, "Oh, I never thought about it like that." And I was like, yeah, because college is not a small thing. It's definitely not a small thing that you could just pop up in your senior year and be like, oh, hey, I want to go to this college. I'd be like, no, you gotta plan, you gotta make all these essays, you gotta make all these scholarships, you gotta find a way to get there. Like, and then you gotta find out all the fees, tuition, out of state fees, and everything like that. And they were like, oh, and then it was like, dang, that hit reality.
Let's hear it for DeSoto High School. Thank you so much, DeSoto. Wonderful presentation, team. Remember,